Hello and welcome everyone. This is Ehsan Ashfaq, and today I'm going to explain one of the very important and modern topic of computer science, and that is genetic algorithm. Remember that this is the part one of the series of tutorials of genetic algorithm, and in this part one, I've tried to explain the basics of genetic algorithm. With basically the idea is to introduce genetic algorithm to give you people the basic understanding of what the genetic algorithm is and why it is used. So I hope at the end of this tutorial you will be at least able to get or to know the basics of genetic algorithm. So let's start. Okay, so genetic algorithm is a search-based optimization technique based on the principles of natural genetics and natural selection. It finds the optimal solution and it is based on the survival of the fittest. Now that is actually the definition of genetic algorithm. So firstly, dear students, make it very clear that genetic algorithm is not like a traditional algorithm that are designed to solve a specific problem like clustering or classification or estimation or anything like that. Rather than a genetic algorithm is actually a technique or approach for finding an optimal solution for any given problem. Now, what is an optimal solution? I'm going to explain it in a minute or so. Uh, Note down one thing, that the reason for highlighting some terms in the definition is that the understanding of genetic algorithm is hidden in actually precisely defining these terms. So we will define each one of them separately. Okay, so as I have described in the definition, that genetic algorithms finds the solution or the optimal solution for the problem. So let's just shortly discuss what is an optimal solution or what is basically optimization is. Now, optimal or optimization is the process of making something better. Consider this diagram. For any given problem or for any algorithm that solves a problem, we normally have a set of input that are actually processed to get the output. Now, in this case, optimization refers to finding the values of inputs in such a way that we get the best output value. We find such inputs, there can be many hundreds and thousands of inputs, but we find such inputs which actually give us the best output. Now, what is best? That actually depends upon the problem or the nature of the problem, because the definition of best may vary from problem to problem. But in mathematical terms, according to the definition, it refers to maximizing or minimizing one or more objective functions by verifying the input parameter. Now, according to this definition, by best we mean that something that fulfills our objective, which may be anything, or at least take us closer to the objective. So, optimization is actually the process of finding best possible solution that can give us the best output or the best result according to our objective function. What is actually a search space? The set of all the possible solutions is actually called a search space. Remember that we are not finding all the possible solutions. We are actually finding the optimal solution. So in the previous case, let me go back. In this situation, there can be thousands of inputs. So all these set of possible inputs that can be given is actually make us our search space, and from this search space we have to find that actual the possible solution. So for any given problem there can be thousands or lots of solutions available, and all these solutions are called search space, but we have the objective of finding the optimal solution, or that is the best solution. And remember that the best solution always lies inside that search space. So as it is given in the last line, that the aim of optimization is to find that point or set of point in the search space. Which point? The point which is actually the best solution. So let's move forward. Okay, so one of the thing which I highlighted in the definition was natural genetics. Now, this is very, very important to understand in order to basically understand the working of genetic algorithm. Okay, so natural genetics, remember that natural genetics find the optimal solution by applying the concept of natural genetics. Actually, I'm talking about the genetic algorithm. That genetic algorithm finds the optimal solution by applying the concept of natural genetics. Now, what actually natural genetics is, that in natural genetics we have two parents. We are talking about normal process of reproduction in human being. We have two parents. The chromosomes of the parents are combined to produce the child chromosomes, and the child chromosomes take some properties of one parent while take some properties of the second parent. This is basically called crossover. While the child chromosome may have some of its own properties as well, which are not present in any of the parent, and this is basically called mutation. For example, there may be a child which has green eyes, same as his father, and which have small nose, same as his mother nose, but may have some additional properties like curly brown hair, which are not found in any one of the parents. So this is basically actually the crossover and mutation. He has got some features from their parents, including the green eyes and small nose, and he has some features of his own which are not present in the parent. So that is actually the mutation. So that what basically happens in genetic algorithm. Genetic algorithm, remember, is an iterative process, and in each iteration the set of possible best solutions are selected, and that natural genetics is applied on these solutions. For example, look at the diagram present in the slide. You can see we have A and B. Let's suppose A and B are two solutions that are selected in the current iteration. A actually represents 7, 11 and 3, and B has 11, 2 and 8. Now, consider that A and B are two parents. So we actually combine the parents, or what we say that we actually perform the crossover to produce a child, and you can see the child that actually is C. Actually, C is not written here, but that is C. You can clearly see that the C or the child has taken some of the properties of the parent. For example, 7 is actually taken from parent A, and 2 and 8 are taken from parent B. And then in the next step, as the arrow is pointing, the mutation is performed. Look at this 3. Now 3 was neither present in A nor present in B. So that is actually the feature of the C, which is neither present in parent A nor present in parent B. So in this way, two solutions are combined, and the crossover and mutations are performed in order to generate new solution, with the supposition, or we believe that the new solution will be more fitter according to our objective function as compared to the parent solutions. Okay, so let's move forward. The next thing which I highlighted in the first slide was actually the survival of the fittest. So remember that only those set of possible solutions can be considered which are fit enough. Not fit solutions will be discarded. As we move forward with our genetic algorithm, we will select only those solutions for natural genetics which are fit enough. Now, look at the last point. Each individual or candidate solution is assigned a fitness value based on its objective function value, and the fitter individuals are given a higher chance to mate and yield more fitter individuals. So like I explained in the previous slide, let's move back. This A and B were actually those solutions which were fit according to our objective function, and they were given a chance to produce the new child. With this, we believe that the new child will be more fit according to our objective function. For example, for a job interview, let's say 100 candidates have applied, but only those candidates will be called for the interview which are fit for the job. Now, in this case, the objective function for the fitness will be the minimum criteria for selection in terms of maybe qualification, experience, or age. So, remaining candidates who do not fulfill the criteria, or in simple words, we say which are not fit for the job, will be rejected. So, similarly, in genetic algorithm, in each iteration, we select only those solution for further processing which are fit enough, and that fitness is actually calculated on the base of the objective function. Okay, now what is an objective function? The fitness function simply defined, or the fitness function is actually the second name of objective function. The fitness function simply defined is a function which takes a candidate solution to the problem as input and produces as output how fit or how good the solution is with respect to the problem in consideration. So as I said earlier, that the objective function is something which calculates the fitness of the current set of solution, and the objective function is actually defined in terms of the problem under consideration. It depends on the problem, and the objective function will vary from or will change from problem to problem. But however, objective function is the thing on the basis of which a solution in the current generation will be selected or rejected for consideration in the next generation. So, in short, what we'll say that a genetic algorithm is an approach for finding the optimal solution for a problem, for any problem. It is not designed for particularly for anything, or for clustering, or for classification, or anything else. So it is designed to find the optimal solution for any problem, and I have discussed in detail what does the optimal mean. By optimal, we mean the best solution, or the solution which gives the best result, to be more precise. It is an iterative process, and at every iteration, it maintains a set of possible solution or a set of candidate solution. Calculate their fitness on the basis of the fitness function or objective function, and only fit solutions will be considered for applying the sophisticated operator. By sophisticated operator, we mean the crossover and mutation operator, which I have explained in the previous slide. And the process will continue until we find the best optimal solution. So that was basically what our genetic algorithm does and what our genetic algorithm is. So I hope this is clear. This was the basic or the introduction of genetic algorithm. In the upcoming lectures, I will go into the technical details of the genetic algorithm, and I will try to explain genetic algorithm using some examples, and we will discuss these sophisticated operators in more detail as well. For now, that's it. Thank you very much. If you have any questions relating to the introduction of genetic algorithm, please do not hesitate to write me down under this video. And for more tutorials and IT related videos, please do not forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you very much.